What's going on, my fried shrimp? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin, better known as Glowl on the World Wide Web. And if you guys don't know, somehow, Pokemon Sword and Shield was just announced a couple hours ago. And I already uploaded my trailer reaction, but now we're going to get into some more nitty-gritty things. We're going to talk about the actual region itself, the GALAR region, or the GALAR region, however you'd like to pronounce it. Anyway, I do have the map pulled up here, and we do have a full HD high-resolution version of this map, and we're going to break this shit down. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to have some fun. So, the GALAR region is heavily inspired by the UK. If you guys weren't aware, this map is essentially just the UK, but flipped upside down. So, where this is normally the south, it's in the north, and the opposite, you know, whatever. If we zoom in a bit further, we can take a look at the actual starting town itself, and we can safely assume this is the starting town. This is where you're going to start. There is a lake or a river or whatever that kind of goes down into this area, so there might be some post-game stuff down there. You know, normally after you beat the Elite Four or whatever, you can kind of go back to the starting town and get to see what's down below. But we can safely assume this is the starting town because it's at the very bottom. It's a very simple little town, and it looks very nice and calm. There's some farmland. There's a little silo right here. We got this right here was the house in the trailer where you can see the fletchling on top of it. We can probably safely assume that's what that is right there. This more than likely is your house. This is where the professor would live. Maybe this is your house up here. But this is the professor where you'll get your actual Pokemon. And we can kind of just, it's kind of just a basic starting town. You know, not too much is gonna go on down here. You know, some good old farmland. It's just some nice relaxing scenery. I actually do want to take something I said back. This probably isn't the professor. This is probably where the professor's at right here. If I had to safely assume, now that I think about it, it just makes sense that, hey, you gotta travel a little bit to the professor's lab. But yeah, so that's probably where that is. Now, there is a cool little lake right here. I assume it's just a nice little pond. Maybe not too much is going to go on right here, but you can see in the middle here there's a little island, which would be cool if that's maybe where a mythical will live, possibly, who knows. One of the big things about this region is that there's a lot of trains, which in the UK there is a lot of trains, so once again, another reason why this is obviously in the UK. But the train will take you through the mountain and actually come up to this town right here. Now, I'm not going to skip over this area right here. I'm actually going to go to it right now. This is a very open area, so there is a chance there could be some post-game stuff here, because it looks like you are going to skip it based on the fact that you're going to go on a train and go through, because you can't access it from here. Like, there's no way to get from here to here except through this train and come down around here. So it's safe to assume that this is going to be a later game area and not as soon as you'd think. There is this building right here though, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of out of nowhere. Like, there's not anything around it. So probably something story based will go around here, unless it's like just a mansion that's kind of been left. There is a very big lake right here, big old rivers. There's some broken down towers right here. Well, just one tower, but it's broken down. Kind of reminds me of the Dragonstone Tower in Unova. If you were to take the train, like I said, it will take us up to this town right here, which is one of the bigger towns. Very steampunky. Has a giant tower right here. We can see some kind of factories. Obviously, there's smoke coming out of it. So we can safely assume that there probably will be a gym here. Now that I think about it, this actually could be a gym as well. Because we didn't really discuss any of the gyms yet because we haven't got to them, but this could be a gym, maybe one of the later gyms, or possibly just a middle ground gym. Now, sadly, we don't get a lot of information about this place right here. It's kind of just here. We can't go too far in depth about what everything is right here, but it's very obviously very factory-like. There is this area right here which appears to be some kind of coliseum, or maybe it's just another factory where, you know, that's where the steam and everything will come out. If you do take this bridge over this way though, this bridge right here kind of just leads into a cave, it appears. Now, we did see a cave in the trailer, which was very similar to the glittering cave. And this bridge also appears to go into a cave as well. Maybe the caves connect or something like that. There does appear to be some sort of dam or something right here, and it kind of just ends up leading into the ocean, the unknown, I suppose. To the left of this big city right here, we have another cave, which appears, caves are normally a pretty big part of Pokemon anyway, so it is nice to see that they are keeping a lot of caves. There is this house right here, which could be a gym, or it could just be another a little train station type of idea. If we go up north, there's actually a lot of cool stuff up this way. Another bridge to the right here. We have what could be another gym. See, the thing is with the gyms, we don't really know. Obviously, some of them are pretty obvious. But as far as that, we can't really tell right away where they are or what they are. We have this area right here, which kind of looks like it could be flowers or corn or something like that, because you can tell right here there's more farmland, so it's safe to assume that this could be probably corn. Some Stonehenge looking figures right here, which is actually really dope. I know they had something similar in Kalos, which I will probably talk about in a later video because it's kind of important. And we have the Gaming Coliseum. This is where in the trailer you could see the trainer, your character, walking into what appears to be a football stadium, and it looks like some stuff is going to go down there, so I'm very excited to kind of see what goes on. Maybe it's a gym, or maybe it actually is a big sports ball stadium, and sports is going to be something kind of important in this, specifically football. That could be really cool. I'm not a huge fan of sports myself, but I feel like if done it in the right way in a Pokemon game, it could be something cool. Across the bridge, we have another town right here, which actually, look, more train tracks. There's just train tracks literally everywhere. It actually kind of looks like that this might be a train track going into the cave right here, which takes you to this city. We have another sports stadium. Like I said, I feel like this is going to be important, or these could be gyms as well, although in the trailer it was clearly he was wearing a football uniform, so safe to assume that they're sports. We have a lighthouse, which I really hope they do something with Ampharos here, or maybe another Ampharos like Pokemon in this new generation, which would be awesome, because Amphi from Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Amphi was my boy. We have a boat right here, which I don't know if it's going to take you anywhere. It doesn't appear like it will. It just kind of looks like it's aesthetically right here, a boat, because the water kind of just goes up here and into nowhere. So some more rock figures right here. This is another thing that I kind of skipped over. This right here, kind of the crop circle idea right here, which I think is going to be a major part in the game. This is clearly or obviously a legend of some sort, a mythical, probably not mythical because it looks like it's a big boy, which once again I might make another video separately on just this, because this is probably one of the most interesting or thought-provoking parts of the trailer in my opinion, where this was shown, because it's clearly something important. It's a giant, like huge, just figure in the ground, so it would be really cool to see what it is. It's a little bit weird because it does kind of look like a gecko. This could be a tongue, or it could be wind. He could be blowing wind. There's lightning right here, so maybe a flying electric, which I don't know, because Zapdos again, but it is on 2 legs, so I don't know. We'll have to talk more about this and hopefully see some more about it eventually or soon. I would like to kind of get into this. Now this is where things get really interesting. We clearly have this giant metropolis. Probably, if I had to guess, the champion might live up here. Now, realistically, the champion should probably be a girl because it's a crown and the queen, and if the champion's not a girl, that's kind of disrespecting the queen a little bit, just a little bit. So I really would like the queen to be part of the game. Obviously, Sword and Shield, it's got to be in there somehow. It would be really nice to see. We have all these different spires or pillars right here, which I can't tell if they're going back or if they're like stacked. The perception right here is not really easy to tell. It looks like they could be on top of each other. How many are there? There's 1, 2, 3. No, I was gonna say maybe one for each of the, I don't know. We'll have to see. I guess this is another thing that we can't really discuss too much on because we simply don't know what it is. If I had to guess, look, here's the entrance. 1, 2, 3, and 4, the Elite Four, and then right here would be the champion. There also could be another area where the champion would be, but I feel like this is where it is. This right here is obviously a gym. There's a big field right here. This, I feel like whatever Pokemon this is, it's going to be a major part of it, because this looks, I'm going to be honest here, kind of reminds me of Obelisk the Tormentor a little bit, or some kind of Cyclops maybe. It could be a dragon as well. No, I'm definitely seeing a dragon. I was thinking this could be an eye right here, but no, these are his eyes. This is the mouth, his horns. Wow, this is going to be dope. We have a Diglett or Dugtrio shrine right here. This right here is kind of interesting. I don't really know what this is all about. Good old Dugtrio is just chilling. Maybe it's a puzzle of some kind that we got to get into after we beat this area right here. Because actually, if you look over here, there's another dragon right here. So I feel like dragons are going to be a very big part of this generation, which is dope. Dragons are really cool. Obviously, dragons are a very strong Pokemon type. So if they introduce more dragons, I would not be complaining with that. There's a nice area over here, which looks like it could be a hotel or some kind of like that, which goes to another stadium or gym. Now that I'm thinking about it, because there are so many, I am kind of maybe thinking these are gyms, which is weird. I don't know. Then this right here, clearly something like, I don't even know what this is. There's shields right here. This is a shield, I can safely assume. Maybe a legendary area right here. I'm thinking a lot about legendaries in this because simply like there's just a lot of things that could kind of go off saying like, hey, this is a legendary area. This is definitely something important. I don't know what though. Up here we definitely have another gym, a psychic type with like Morlul and that kind of stuff. Maybe fairy, I guess. But this is definitely something like that. Over here we have another area which could be a ghosty, like kind of abandoned-ish area, because you can kind of see, I feel like that is smog right there, like definitely ghost poison type of vibes here. Maybe the evil team's hideout, because I have a feeling that they're gonna be like steampunk, like sort of similar to Team Skull in a way. There's gonna be like thugs. I feel like they're gonna be thugs. We have, I can't figure out what this is. It just looks like a rock kind of like Coliseum area. I wouldn't say that you're going to be battling a lot in here because it kind of looks like just an outdoor cave in a way, which takes you to the ice gym, which looks really cool. See, IRL, I'm not a huge fan of like ice things, but like in Pokemon, ice types are really dope. I really like the ice, you know, cities and stuff. There's like Snowbell City, stuff like that. So this is going to be really cool right here. And now to arguably the biggest part of the generation, or the biggest part of this map, is the very, very tip top up here. Now there's a train that goes here, probably another train station right here that just kind of takes you in. You walk up here, go into the big city, the big area of the whole region. Now clearly this is going to be the big town where you are spending the majority of your time, because not only is there possibly another gym, or if they brought back Pokemon contests, I feel like this right here is a perfect area to do it. You have the entrance to the actual city itself. This is kind of the outskirts of the fountain, and there's some billboards right here where they'll probably promote like probably the Pokemon contest hall, if that's what this is. You clearly have a Big Ben similar statue and a Ferris wheel. I think it's called like the London Eye or something like that. And I know I said down here that this could be the Elite Four area, but looking at it right now, this is a little bit more promising because there's 1 floor, 2, 3, 4. There's the 4 trainers, and then the champion would be up here, which actually makes a lot of sense as well. Kind of like broadcasting everything, looking over the region, just trying to see how everything's going, because she's at the very top. Like this person right up here, whoever's up here can more than likely see down here. You know what I mean? Like they can overlook the whole, like obviously their vision's not that good, but you could definitely overlook the whole entire region from up there. So something big is definitely going to happen up there. Definitely, I'm thinking probably the champion. She will more than likely live up there. I am highly banking on the champion being a girl. And obviously on the outside here we have more stuff over here, which probably just looks like some routes and some water areas. I don't know if it's just the outskirts where like we're not going to be able to go out here, but this is a beach and stuff like that. So I am very, very excited for this region. I think it will be cool. I really like the idea of like a linear, like, I don't know, kind of like going through, just you start here and you go up, which is kind of the thing. They could make it an open world Pokemon game because of the way that they aligned it, where it is open world, or it feels open world, but because it is a giant line, it's not very open world because you have to go up. You know what I mean? So it could be something like that, because if you look at it this way, like it doesn't appear like what, 1, 2, let me see if I can count the gyms out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe, possibly a 7th one here, and 8 right here. So if those are the gyms, that's definitely something interesting, because just based on the fact that these 3 are very close together, it looks small, but I feel like the way that they're going to scale it up, because this is going to be a giant, this is going to be huge. Like distance from here to here I feel like is going to be major. I feel like it's going to look a lot bigger because that's how they do it with all the maps. They have to show off key features of each town and each area. So I don't know, I feel like it's going to be nice. I really hope they implement a lot with the Queen and like just big features like London and England and all that stuff have, like just generally the UK. Overall, I am definitely excited for this generation. I think Gen 8 will be a good one. I know I said that about every generation, although like I said, a lot of this kind of alludes to something else that I would like to talk about relating to good old Kalos. So if that's some more stuff you'd like to see, let me know down below. I'm going to be cranking out some Pokemon content and just more content in general. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. Let me know what you think about this region down below, the GALAR region or the GALAR region. We don't quite know yet how to pronounce it, but GALAR or GALAR definitely up there. With that being said though, I am going to head on out. Let me know what you guys think down below. Hydro pump the like button, overdose on accuracy so you do not miss, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for watching. Peace.
Thank you for coming by. Today was a really good day.